is our pleasure to introduce our next speaker, who brings immense joy and enlightenment, Sri Ratnakar. Hailing from Bangalore, Sri Ratnakar has a profound familial connection with Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, dating back to 1942. Blessed by Bhagwan himself, Sri Ratnakar's journey is a testament to divine grace and guidance. A product of the esteemed Balakas program, Sri Ratnakar's spiritual journey has been deeply intertwined with the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization. He has served in various capacities, including as a dedicated youth coordinator, a soulful bhajan singer, and a cherished member of the renowned Vrindavan Bhajan group. His commitment to service extends beyond musical devotion. Sri Ratnakar has played pivotal roles as a member of the state IT team and as the channel lead from Karnataka state for the Sri Sathya Sai Media Center. Additionally, he has contributed significantly as a Veda Poshana and Samyukta Shruti Shreni trainer, enriching the spiritual fabric of the community. His expertise has also been tagged as a resource person for the Vahini Sudhamrita National Program. Currently, Sri Ratnakar serves as the District Spiritual Coordinator for Bangalore South District, guiding and inspiring spiritual aspirants on their path towards divine realization. Professionally, he has dedicated over 2 decades to the IT industry, currently holding the esteemed position of Principal Consultant in Life Sciences at Infosys. His professional accomplishments are complemented by his unwavering commitment to spiritual growth and service, making him a beacon of light and inspiration in both realms. In every aspect of his life, Sri Ratnakar epitomizes the values of devotion, service, and spiritual pursuit, enriching the lives of those around him with his unwavering dedication and profound wisdom. We are honored to have him grace this spiritual gathering with his presence and blessings. Join us as we cordially invite him to share his spiritual essence from our stage.
परिपूर्ण परानंद परचित सत्य विग्रह सुंदरेश्वर सर्वज्ञ त्राहि माम अपराधिनम. Sairam to all the brothers and sisters. My humble pranams to the lotus feet of Bhagwan. So we started with this shloka. The reason is to seek pardon from Swami for trying to speak on a topic where the following itself may not be up to his expectation. So that is the first thing with which I want to start this session. Sundar sir very beautifully covered the introduction. A lot of these points, some of the points that I have got a very good introduction from Sundar sir. So the first point is a very important point for personal sadhana, as I was saying, is the daily meditation and prayer. Before we get into that, a little bit on what is sadhana, why should we do sadhana, what are the different types of sadhana we do. Then Jyoti Dhyana as given by Bhagwan, and a little bit, depending on time, we'll touch upon Suprabhata. So first, as sir was also mentioning, sadhana can be done at 3 levels. First is the personal sadhana. We already saw some of the details. I will not spend too much time on it. Personal sadhana is something that we do for ourselves. All of us are on a spiritual journey. All of us are on an individual spiritual journey. So first we have to see how our journey, how good our journey can be made. So for which personal sadhana is important. Next is family sadhana. So there is this thing that you want to go to your Samithi and do a lot of activities. So it is like saying, I want to do Bhagavatam in the Samithi, but I am having Mahabharata at home. Will you be able to do sadhana? So take your family along with you. My experience is, so when I was married, for the first few years, every Saturday and Sunday you are not there. So then slowly when the family also started getting involved, at least one day in the week you are not there at home. Because the other day they are also there with us in the Samithi. So that's just a small snippet. So if you take your family along with you, it is much easier to do sadhana. So do family sadhana. Then next is the society sadhana. Is it okay if just me and my family do it is not enough. So we also have to look at society sadhana, go to bhajans. We are looking at the points in detail in the other sessions. So I will not spend too much time on this. Now why should we do sadhana? Swami says in Satyupanishad, as you take bath and clean your body, we wash our hands before we eat. We need to do personal sadhana for chitta shuddhi, to clean our own mind. So that is why it is very important. So Swami says, don't you wash and scrub utensils every day and clean them? Paddy fields need to be watered every day to grow. But if you look at the neem and the banyan trees, do you go and take a hose pipe and water the neem and banyan tree? No, it is not needed. Your faith is like the roots of a small plant, Swami says. So you should do sadhana every day till the roots of your faith become so strong that it can be self-sustained. So, like how we clean our bodies by taking baths, so also we must regularly do personal sadhana for chitta shuddhi. Now why should we do? There are 3 defects that the mind has. Does anybody know what the 3 defects of the mind could be? Just a wild guess is also okay. We know it, but we may not be knowing the terms.
Fickleness.
One of them, yes.
Inconsistency.
Yes, another one.
Overthinking.
Yeah, a portion of it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, if you look at yourself in a mirror which is dusty, can you see yourself clearly? You cannot see because of the dust. You cannot see it clearly. So, that is called mala. Mala is a mental state that is comparable to a dusty mirror. You look at yourself, the dusty mirror, you cannot see yourself. You look at yourself as dusty. So that is mala. How do you overcome mala? By regulating your food habits and your living habits. Next most important one, which is mostly the basis for this session, is vikshepa. If you have a mirror that is shaking and vibrating, can you see yourself clearly? No. You cannot see your image clearly if it is shaking. That is vikshepa. That is where you have fickle-mindedness. You don't have confidence in yourself. There is no stability of thinking. So all these are vikshepa. These can be stilled through personal sadhana, that is meditation, prayer, namasmarana. Then avarana. You want to look at yourself in the mirror, but you cover the mirror with a thick cloth. Avarana, the one that is covered. So a state where worldly desires have engulfed us so much that we cannot even think about ourselves. We cannot even recognize who we are. That is avarana. So performing all the actions, we must perform all the actions. We must experience all the worldly joy, comforts, whatever the world has to give us. We have to do all the work. But always remember that the fruit of the actions are in the hands of God. So by having that feeling, Nishkama Karma, as Sundar sir was mentioning, so that is a solution for avarana. So just wanted to touch upon these and not spend too much time. So what are the sadhanas we should do every day? There are a list of sadhanas. So it is not just about the Omkaram, Suprabhatam, Jyoti meditation, and that is mostly prescribed. But there are other things we should do. 21 times Omkaram, Suprabhatam, Satyasai, Shri Satyasai Suprabhatam, Jyoti Dhyana, daily rituals like whatever daily rituals, puja that we are doing, we should not stop those just because we are doing 21 times Omkaram isn't enough. You should also do your daily Sandhyavandanam, your daily rituals, daily prayers. Prayer even while cooking. So Swami has said several times in several discourses that when you cook, what's the difference between, I'm not against Zomato business, but when you get food from outside versus what you cook at home, when you cook, you can pray and cook. The energy that you generate when you pray gets into the food. The negative energy that you have when you are cooking gets into the food. So you should be aware of what you are thinking when you are cooking. So even while cooking, pray. So then Namasmarana, bhajans, we have that as a more detailed point later. Gayatri chanting while driving or traveling. There has been, I will not get into details with this experience, but there is this one experience of one gentleman, a Russian gentleman who was flying, and after a few days his wife and daughter come to Prashanti Nilayam and say, they come crying to Swami and say, Swami, we lost my husband in an air crash. And then they are going on crying, and Swami is talking to them all the other things other than this point. But they are going on crying. And then at the end, this lady gets a little tired, and then she says, Swami, I am asking you something else, and you are saying something else. Swami says, first you have to calm your mind. So I was calming your mind before I, say this. The power of Gayatri, that is when Swami said power of chanting Gayatri. In that entire flight, it was destined for a crash, but in the entire flight, if one person would have chanted Gayatri mantra once, then the entire flight would have got saved. It would have got saved from the crash. So this is one experience that we always remember when we have to remember when we travel, when we drive. Driving, we know, all of us are here in Bangalore, we know how driving in cities like Bangalore is. Even if you are right, somebody comes and bangs you from behind. So, and then there is a huge scene on the road. You don't know what happens to whom. So there is so much risk on the road, which is why, even at home for me, my family says, no, don't take your car. Why don't you go by metro? Why don't you go by bus? Start 1 hour early if required. Don't take your car. So that's the fear that comes. So we overcome this with Swami's guidance. Chant Gayatri while driving. Then chanting of Brahmarpanam. We all know the meaning of Brahmarpanam. We've all learned it, or we've at least seen Balmika's children in Balmika's classes. It is taught, and we know the meaning of Brahmarpanam from the Bhagavad Gita. Chant Brahmarpanam before eating. So what should you do in between when you are snacking? Brahmarpanam. One aloo bonda in between Brahmarpanam. So, but in principle, pray before you eat. Yes, ma'am. You wanted to say something? then at the night, do a self-audit. How has my day been? Has it been in accordance with what it is supposed to be as per Swami's expectations? Do a self-audit. We are all not perfect. We all have to think. Just because I am saying this, I am also far, far from perfection. So we all have to do a self-audit. Think about how the day has been. What did we not do? And how can we improve ourselves? And then pray before you sleep. The prayer before we sleep is to ask Kshama for all the things that we have done which we were not supposed to do. Karacharana kritam va, kayajam karmajam va, shravana nayanajam va, manasam va, paradham, vihitam avihitam va, sarvam etat kshamasva, jaya jaya karunabdhe, Shri Mahadeva Shambho, we pray. So all the aparadhas that we have done, knowingly, unknowingly, through our limbs, through our hands, through our mouth, ears, eyes, whatever. So through all the organs. So we ask for Kshama. After Veda chanting, we also chant the Kshama Prarthana. Can somebody chant the Kshama Prarthana that we chant after the Veda? यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोस्तुते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर. This is also a Kshama mantra. We need to understand the meaning of how we ask Kshama. It is not saying, I am sorry, and done. Let's get back to normal from tomorrow. That's not the way of Kshama. So, in this Kshama Prarthana, it says, here particularly it is chanted for mistakes done in Veda, but it is also mistakes done in a karma. Chanting of Veda is also a karma, mistakes done in all the karma. So, all the nuances of chanting can be compared to all the nuances of how we do karma in our daily lives. So, you ask Kshama here and we say, so there was an argument, somebody asked, so we say Visarga Bindu Matrani Padapadaksharaani cha Nyunani Chatiriktani Kshamasva Saishwara. That is enough. Why should we have Aparadha Sahasrani? We've already listed all the mistakes. But these are only examples of the mistakes. Like this. Aparadha Sahasrani. We do thousands of mistakes. For example, these. That's what are the first few lines. Aparadha Sahasrani Kriyante Harnisham Maya Dasoyamiti Ma Matva. I surrender at your feet. So please pardon me. So that's the feeling with which we ask pardon. So Swami always says it is the feeling of the prayer. If you are chanting Vishnu Shankaro Bhuta Bhavya Prabhu, who's coming at the door, how many times the pressure cooker whistle went. So if you are doing that, your mind is not in your chanting. So you are chanting something in the puja room, but your mind is all over the place. So that there is no feeling in the chanting. So have your feeling with which we do. Wanted to focus on the feeling, particularly when we ask Shama. Next we come to Omkaram chanting. This is mostly on the Omkaram and the Jyoti meditation part. Swami explains from Prashnottaravahini. What is a mantra? Ma is reflection, manana. Tra is saving, that which saves you from being caught in the coils of samsara sagar. Om Pranava is one such mantra. It is the highest of the highest mantras that can be chanted, that can save you. If you don't have time to do anything else, at least chant Om. So Om, we tell the children, in Bhavika's classes we tell the children, how do you know? We tell them that Pranava is the first sound that ever emanated or which was always existing. It is the very first sound that we perceived, or that we tell children. So the children come back and ask, children are very smart, they come back and ask, How do you know, if you say that pranava is existing everywhere, how do you know it is existing? How can we know? So we make them do a small exercise and say, cup your ears half and be silent first for a change. We tell children. You have the air that is moving, no? And we say, can you hear Om sound? We tell them. Say, oh yes, you are right. So we used to do this in some of our Balika centers when I was in the US. So it is easier to explain concepts to some of the children there who don't know any of the basic concepts. So this is one of the ways we used to explain to children that pranava is existing everywhere. Now we say Omkaram has to be chanted 21 times. Why 21 times? In the past we used to see books, no, that learn Hindi in 21 days. Learn Tamil 21 days, learn Kannada 21 days. What is the significance of 21? Where did this 21 come from? So, what are these 21? So we have first 5 Oms are to clean our Karmendriyas. So what are the Karmendriyas? All the organs with which we do karma, that is the vak, that is speech, pani, hands, pada, feet, payu, excretory, and upastha, reproductive organs. All these are organs with which we do karma. So these are karmendriyas. To clean those 5 karmendriyas, the first 5. The next 5 are the jnanendriyas. What are the jnanendriyas? All these jnanendriyas, that is the eyes, chakshu, shrotra, hearing, grana, smell, rasana, taste, and tvak, touch. Why are these called jnanendriyas? Because we acquire jnana through these organs. By seeing, we acquire jnana. By hearing, we acquire jnana. By tasting, we acquire knowledge. So knowledge comes from all these. So cleaning of these 5 jnanendriyas. Then we have the 5 airs. The 5 prana. What is prana? Prana is the energy, is that ultimate energy that is there, which is also flowing through our body. It will take a long time to go into the details, but I just mention what they are. Apana, samana, prana, udana, and vyana. So apana is that air which flows from the navel to the Muladhara chakra, which flows downwards. The element associated with this is water. So all the activities, including excretion, then large intestine, digestion, reproduction, kidney, all these activities are, the power comes from apana. Samana is the air that flows sideways, and that is from the navel area to the diaphragm, sideways. And this governs a lot of other activities like, the circulatory, then heart, liver, pancreas. So the element that is associated with this samana is fire. We say jataragni. Jataragni is that which digests. So samana is associated there. Then prana. Prana is the air that comes from outside. We take in. That is what gives life to us. And that is, the element is air. It controls the lungs, larynx, chest, all these areas. It is an upward flowing prana from the chest. Then udana is the area above the neck and all the sense organs. That is what udana controls. This is what is responsible for keeping an erect posture. If udana is not in control, then we always slouch and sit. We can't sit straight. So this is responsible. Then vyana is that which pervades the whole body. This is like a team lead. It will control all the other pranas. So we have to purify all these. Another 5 times Om. So we finished 5, 5, 5, 15. Then we have the Atma inside, and we have 5 layers or sheets covering this Atma. The outermost is the Annamaya Kosha. So we have the 5 Pancha Koshas. That is the 5 sheets. The outside one is the Annamaya Kosha, affected by food that we eat. We have a lot of options these days, no, to eat. So we have to do a lot of purification. Maybe that for Pancha Koshas, Annamaya Kosha, we have to do a few more times Omkara to purify. Then we have the Pranamaya Kosha. That is the next sheet. That is closer to the Prana. Then the Manomaya Kosha, responsible for thinking, for intellect. And then we have the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the next one. That is responsible for your intuition, your inner wisdom. So that is responsible for that. And then we have the Anandamaya Kosha. This is your feeling of bliss. This is closest to the Atma. So we have the 5 Andamaya, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha. That is your closest to the soul. We have to clear all these sheets. All these koshas we have to clear. That is the 5. And what is the last one? Is the mind. So we say mind is the culprit, we say, but is it right to blame the mind so much? We should not blame the mind so much. Instead, we purify the mind so it does the right things the right way. So the 21 times chanting of Omkara is, this is the split. We will probably share the audio later. It's good to listen to how Swami explains how Omkaram should be chanted. So in summary, how Swami is saying is, we have the A, U, Om is comprised of A, U, So, but why do we say Om when we say before bhajans or before Vedam chanting? We say Om. Why don't we say A, U? It's because A and U together becomes O. So it is Om. It becomes Om. But when we are doing the 21 times chanting, we do it as A, U, And how we need to do is, we need to give equal spacing, equal timing for all the letters. So how many spaces do we need? Say we need 2 seconds for A, 2 seconds for U, 2 seconds for and 2 seconds of silence. So there are 4 syllables. The 4th one is silence. A, U, and silence. So we say this like a spelling. It's not like a spelling. And how should it sound? It should sound like an airplane that is approaching from somewhere. As it comes closer, the sound becomes more, and as it departs, this sound gradually dies down. So So this is how we need to chant 21 times. Anything to discuss or any questions so far? So either you ask questions or I'll ask questions. Okay, I'll come to questions after the next session, next topic. The next topic is on Jyoti Dhyana. This is a meditation technique that Bhagwan has given himself. There are so many meditation techniques that have now come in the world. I don't want to use the word market, but that is a lot of meditation techniques. What about this? What about Maypole? What about this? There are so many things that people ask questions in our sadhana, and should we not do this and that? So we are not probably knowledgeable enough to comment on all the other meditation techniques. So what we will focus is what Bhagwan has given us only. So we will focus on Jyoti meditation. Now first of all, why Jyoti? Why should you concentrate on Jyoti for meditation? You are looking at a flame, a Jyoti for meditation. Why can you not look at, say, a building? Why can't you look at a tree? Why can't you I look at my car or my two-wheeler? Why can't I look at any object? Why can't I look at the visual of a picture of Swami or any god and do meditation? Why should it be Jyoti? Jyoti is the only one object which is always urdhva mukha. It is always pointing upwards towards knowledge. Even if you bend the candle down, the Jyoti will still be up. It will not go down. So it will always be facing up towards jnana. It signifies jnana, knowledge. And it is expanding. It is always expanding. You take a light, you take a candle, a Jyoti, and you can light thousands of them. But it itself does not get put off or gets diminished. So it is always expansive. That is why Jyoti. And the Dhyana is also, Jyoti Dhyana is also based on this. And it signifies Dhyana. Now there is foundation. We need to understand three foundation aspects for doing Dhyana. First is, you must have an abhiruchi or an inclination to do Dhyana. Now we should understand why we should do Dhyana. When you are doing Dhyana, you are slowly cleaning the effect of the impulses. Slowly. Omkaram is one of the sadhanas. Jyoti meditation is another sadhana which slowly cleans the mind. It cleans all the knowledge, negativity that has come over. It is used for cleaning off. It makes you, I don't know how it feels like when it's cleaned off. How do you know? Because it's not physical. One thing that we can know is you feel good after you do meditation. That is the first superficial, though it's a superficial feeling, but still it is something that you can immediately sense. After doing 3, 4 or 5 minutes meditation, you will be able to get that feeling of calmness, that feeling of expansiveness, you will be able to get when you are doing so. We need to understand what is the effect it is having on us. That will help us develop inclination, abhiruchi. It will not be there initially. Many people still say, you ask me to do dhyana and you need to keep an alarm. After 10 minutes Jyoti meditation, 10 minutes alarm. I'll snooze for another 10 minutes and get up. After you finish, then wake me up. So you need to have interest. So many people still say that it will not cooperate initially. You will not be able to. So by constant practice, Swami said in one of the other experiences that he has said that it is not easy to develop this as a habit so easily. You practice bit by bit, bit by bit becomes habit, Swami says. So in one of the experience that is there, we don't have enough time to share that experience, but it's a very beautiful one. In some other session we could do. Next is avadhanamo. Patience or concentration. Patience and concentration you should have. So you should really be patient. You should not say, I tried meditation today, nothing happened. After 1 minute I fell asleep. It's fine. You were able to do 1 minute. 12 seconds you can do is a great sadhana. If you are able to be awake for 12 seconds, first day, you are trying, it is good enough. So have patience. And then ekagrata, one-pointedness. All this will slowly come as you start practicing. You will not have all these and then, though it says prerequisite or foundation, you will not have all these. It is like the hen and the egg story, which came first. Did the prerequisite come first or did the dhyana come first? No. It is, you keep doing one, the other will come. So now we will look at some prerequisites. First, this is the first step in spiritual discipline. You have to do it hours before dawn, before morning. You have to do. Why in the morning? Swami is very, very clearly, the spirituality we think is very difficult, but Swami has made it very simple for us, for all of us to understand. He says, my STD, ISD lines are free early in the morning. So later it becomes too busy. There are so many things to do for me also afterwards. So in the morning I'm free. So even after Swami has said this, and we have been trying to do, many of us do practice. Many of us, even after practicing, still Swami's lines are relatively free in the morning. Why? Because many more people have to still practice. So do it hours before dawn. Swami says, mind is a monkey mind, he says. This one, you sit for dhyana. Will your mind be able to have that one-pointedness? No. It will jump everywhere. This thought, that thought, what next? What should I do next? What should I do? 2 tasks later, in the evening, tomorrow, day after. So several things it keeps thinking, it keeps jumping. Swami says, give a form to this mind. The monkey form. Keep it at the tip of your nose. And give it one, you have to give it some work. So, Krishna also said, in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna tells Krishna, he says, Chanchalahi mana Krishna, he says. Krishna gives a very nice answer. Asamshayam partha, he says. This is undoubtedly, that is the work of the mind. It keeps thinking, that is why mind is there, it has to think. If it doesn't think, if it is stable, then it means some other condition. It has to think, but we have to direct our mind what it has to think. So Swami said, give it the monkey form, keep it at the tip of your nose. And then chant Soham. So, when you say so, make the monkey check who goes out, what thoughts are going out of the mind. Hum, what is coming inside. Give it the work of a watchman. Check who's going out, who's coming in. So, who's going out? Hum, who's coming in? So, hum. So, hum. So, keep checking. So, Swami says that 5 minutes try to do Soham at least. Even before you start attempting doing Jyoti meditation, if we have not started practicing. Try to just first do Soham for a few days. 5 minutes of Soham and your mind will come in control. So it comes. So it is monkey mind. Monkey is M-O-N-K-E-Y. There's a key. If you remove the key, lock the mind. It becomes the monk mind. So we will be able to focus. So that is what is one way to understand. We will practice, we do a quick practice, we don't have 15-20 minutes to practice, but quick about maybe 4-5 minutes of Jyoti meditation practice. So I know we are all not seated in Padmasana. is okay to be seated on a chair for now. The ideal posture to sit is in Padmasana. If we cannot sit in Padmasana, then Sukhasana is fine. Padmasana, when there are different postures, then probably we'll also be conducting separate workshops in the different asanas. That will be good, and we had that workshop in last month. So we will also be doing that. So Padmasana is one posture. Some of you who practice yoga will know. And Sukhasana is the regular squatting that we do on the floor for when we sit on the floor. So Sukhasana is also fine. But if our body doesn't cooperate sitting on the floor, then the chair is fine. The important thing is to be relaxed. So as far as possible, don't lean on the backrest, so that we know that the back is straight. And then let's first, you can keep the eyes open, be relaxed, keep both your hands on the thigh and relax. Be seated, be comfortable. Relax all the limbs. Slowly feel relaxation in all the organs of the body. The head is relaxed, forehead, eyes, mouth, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, thighs, legs. We feel a deep relaxation everywhere. Let's completely relax. Don't close your eyes yet. Keep your eyes open. Look at the flame of the candle that is lit. Look at the flame for a few seconds so that the picture of the flame gets imprinted in your mind. Because later when you close the eyes, you need to have the picture of the flame in your mind. Look at the flame for some time. Now slowly close your eyes. Think about the flame. You can also imagine your Ishta Devata in the middle of the flame if you wish. Otherwise, you can just keep the flame picture in your mind. Slowly observe your breath. When you inhale, so hum. Exhale. So hum. So hum. So hum. The picture of the Jyoti that you recorded in your mind, slowly invite the Jyoti towards your heart. The center of your chest. Imagine your heart like a petal, like a lotus with petals closed. As the Jyoti comes and enters your heart, let it touch the lotus. Once it touches, all the petals open one by one. Now the heart is really called Hridaya Pushpa. This is Prema Jyoti. Let this light of love, of prema, burn steadily in the heart. Slowly take the Jyoti towards your forehead. Let it travel to your forehead. Your forehead gets illuminated. Now let the Jyoti touch both the eyes and purify its function. Then let the Jyoti slowly move towards the ears. Purify the ears. Then let it move to the nose. It purifies the function of the nose. Let the Jyoti move towards the mouth, the tongue, the throat, and all the areas around the mouth. Let the Jyoti illumine the areas there. Now let the Jyoti move slowly towards the head. It illumines your thinking, your mind, the intellect. Let the Jyoti travel slowly towards the shoulders, your arms, and your hands. By the power of this Jyoti, let the arms, the shoulder, and the hands do the right work. Take the Jyoti slowly towards your chest and stomach. It illumines the area there. Slowly take the Jyoti towards the thighs, knees, ankles, legs, and the feet. With the power of the Jyoti, we go to the right places. Now, your entire being is illuminated with this Prema Jyoti. Stay in this feeling of illumination for a few seconds. Now, this Jyoti, take it outside your body. Let this Prema Jyoti touch your family, your friends, people who think well about you, then to your enemies, people who do not think well about you also. Let the Jyoti travel out and reach everybody in your locality, in your city. Then expand the Jyoti to your country. Let it touch everyone in your country. Then let the Jyoti travel to the world outside, to the continent, to the entire world, the entire earth, then the entire universe. Now the Prema Jyoti has spread everywhere. Stay in this feeling of expansive love for some time and experience the bliss in this awakened silence. We now realize the meaning of Swami's words, Prema Swarupadhara. Everything is Prema. We look at this light that has illumined everything. This is not just the Prema Jyoti that was personal. It became the Advaita Jyoti, not just for me, but for all the others. It became the Akhanda Jyoti. A prayer to the Jyoti. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lead me from untruth to truth, from ignorance to knowledge, from darkness to light, from mortality to immortality. Let us pray peace for everybody. Slowly bring your palms together in the Namaskaram position. Rub your palms slowly. Place them on your eyes. Slowly open your eyes and look at the Jyoti that is lit in front. Now we have come back to this world like we were before, but the difference is that we have the awakening of what the Jyoti has done to us. Jai Sai Ram. So this was a small, a short demonstration of how we can practice. So it is very easy. Once we understand, we don't need a guided meditation. If we understand, we look at the Jyoti and then we start feeling again, as Swami said, it has to be a feeling. What is it that we are feeling? So you feel. So is the effect. So feel the Jyoti everywhere, illumine, and so these are the steps we can, once we get used to it, until we get used to it, we can use a guided meditation. So once we get used to it, we can do it ourselves. But we have to be sure that we are not dozing off to sleep in between. At any point in time, it is natural to feel sleepy, but at any point in time, if we are feeling sleepy, open your eyes a little bit, look at the Jyoti again and close. So that will bring us back to consciousness. We do not have enough time to go over Suprabhatam, all the meanings of the Suprabhatam, but I just wanted to just mention a couple of things. So in today's world, we all are used to bribing God. If you give me this, then this is what I am going to do in return. 100 coconuts, a mala of lemons. So we have a lot of things that we can offer to God. So we many times, and it is quite natural. That's how the world is. It's a business world, but that is how it is. So we have to see how you have to use the business world to our benefit. So think about the Padashruti first, start, and then forget about the Padashruti and just stick with the activity. Same thing with Suprabhatam also. That's why the last one first, Suprabhatam idam punyam ye pathanti dine dine Te Vishanti Parandhama Jnana Vijnana Shobhita. Whoever daily recites this mantra daily in the morning, this is an awakening hymn. He will attain the highest abode, resplendent with the supreme intelligence as well as supreme wisdom. So we have Padashruti first. So look at Padashruti. That's why we are talking about Padashruti first. So at least we can do Suprabhatam. Then Mangalam Gurudevaya, Mangalam Jnanadayane, Mangalam Parthivasaya, Mangalam Satyasayine. May the divine Guru be auspicious to us. May the bestower of wisdom be auspicious to us. May the Lord who manifested in Parthi be auspicious to us. May Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba be auspicious to us. So we know the Phalashruti, and just the first one, I just do the first one, and then you can do it similarly for all the other stanzas. You can think about it. We also have to do a swadhyaya of all the mantras that we chant. Ishwaramba Sutta Shriman Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Satya Saisha Kartavyam Daiva Manhikam. If you look at mantras, Veda mantras and any other mantras, stotras have two different types of meanings. One is the Vachyartha and the Bhavartha. Vachyartha is the literal meaning. The literal meaning, and then the intended antarartha, or the intended understanding of that. So here the Vachyartha is, O son of Ishwarama, O resplendent, majestic one, dawn is heralding. In the east, the daily tasks of divinity which you have come to undertake has to be accomplished. Therefore awake, O Lord Satya Sai. Vachyartha. So, in the whole night, if Swami was sleeping, who was protecting us when we were sleeping? Can Swami sleep? Or can God sleep? So, is it to awaken Swami? So, what we have to understand is what is the inner meaning of this? Son of Ishwaramba, it says Ishwaramba Sutta. All of us are the children of God, or we are the same divinity. So we are awakening that divinity within us. So it is to awaken the divinity within us. That is Ishwaramba Sutta. Purva Sandhya Pravartate. You are able to get up and start your activities that you are prescribed to do in a divine manner. Kartavyam Daivamanikam. So this is in very short. So we have to think about, we will anyway be sharing all these meanings. So look at the Vachyartha. Try to interpret and understand what should be the internal meaning of it, and it will automatically, we will start understanding how we should look at it. So with this, I end my session. Jai Sai Ram.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ratnakar sir, for illuminating the topic of daily meditation and prayer with profound insights. Your wisdom and dedication have deeply touched our hearts, guiding us towards mindfulness and spiritual connection, enriching our journey profoundly. Thank you for your invaluable teachings and presence.